Hello, good evening to everyone. Myself Ganesh Yuel, Assistant Professor in PES ITM Shivamogga. Today we are discussing about simplex method, another technique, big M method, also known as Charnes method, and another name is penalty method. We already know how to solve simplex method in our previous YouTube sessions. Today we are going to discuss about big M method. In the simplex method we have considered only this constraint. What is this constraint? That is lesser than or equal. If you are finding lesser than or equal, we need to introduce one of the variable called slack variable. We need to add that variable. In big M method, along with this lesser than or equal, we have two more constraints. Those are greater than or equal and equality. Those are the three constraints that will going to come in the big M method or Charnes method or penalty method. So when you are solving the problems with respect to the big M method, so if you are finding lesser than or equal means we need to introduce slack variable as yes. If you are finding a greater than or equal means we need to introduce two variables. For example, this is an example where you can find the equation is the STC equation is 2x1 plus 3x2 is greater than or equal to 10. So instead of for this particular case, to remove this inequality sign, they have introducing two variables. This variable is called as surplus and this variable is called as artificial variable. Whenever you find greater than or equal means we need to introduce one negative surplus variable and one artificial variable. We need to subtract surplus and we need to add artificial variable. Another example is if you found just equality sign means there you need to introduce only one variable called artificial variable that we need to add it. If it is a lesser than or equal means we need to introduce slack variable that you need to add. If we are finding a greater than or equality sign means we need to introduce one negative surplus along with one positive artificial variable. If you are finding just an equality sign means we need to introduce only artificial variable. And in the big M method, the objective function that is given in the question, it should be always of maximization type. If it is given in the case of minimization type means it has to be converted to the maximization type by multiplying the entire equation by minus sign. That's all. And RHS of all the constraints should be non-negative. If it is a negative means you need to multiply the entire equation of STC, that should be multiplied by minus sign, so that the RHS of all the constraints should be always non-negative means it should be always positive. So keeping in this mind, we will go on to the first problem. This is the problem. In this problem they have defined this one as your objective function. The objective function is minimization. They have given the objective function variable as z, that has been defined as z equals 2x1 plus x2. Two variables are x1 and x2 and they have been subjected to the constraints. The constraints equations are 1, 2, 3, three constraints equation. In this three constraints equation we have found one lesser than or equal sign and another one greater than or equal sign and another one is just equality sign. All the three constraints have been introduced in this big M method. In the examination you may have arise only one of those two constraints or maybe all the three constraints also. Now the first thing in this particular big M method is we need to convert this objective function, instead of minimization type we need to make it as a maximization type. How to convert a minimization to a maximization type means multiply this equation by minus sign. If you multiply this equation by minus sign means it will going to become minus 2x1 minus x2, minus 2x1 minus x2. Then you need to consider about this STC format. So we need to keep on remove this inequality sign and we need to introduce the variables like slack, surplus and artificial. I told earlier, if you found a slack if you found a lesser than or equality sign means we need to introduce one slack variable, that is plus s1, that has been introduced. If you found here greater than or equal to sign means in your STC question, we need to introduce two variables, that is one surplus and one artificial variable, where surplus has to be subtracted and artificial variables has to be added. This is the surplus variable, that is S2, and this is the artificial variable A1. So this is minus S2 plus A1 that has been introduced in the equation. And the last one is the another STC means here we have only the equality sign. So only one artificial variable is sufficient, that artificial variable should be added, that is plus A2. So this we have one slack variable because of lesser than or equal, that has been addressed as plus S1. Because of this greater than or equal, we have minus S2 as a surplus and plus A1 as an artificial variable. Together we need to include. Then equality sign means we need to just introduce one artificial variable as plus A2. So once you have introduced these things, we need to put them their coefficients also in the maximization type. Next, so since a slack variable means it will always have a coefficient as 0, cost function coefficient. These are all the cost function coefficients. X1 is having cost function coefficient minus 2, X2 is having minus 1, S1 will always have 0, and S2 will also always have 0, and A1 or A2 they will always have their, that means the artificial variables will have their cost function coefficient as minus m. Slack and surplus variables will have their coefficients as 0 in the objective function, and artificial variables will have their coefficients as minus m, where m stands for the largest number, highest number. So m is the highest number, that is the maximum number, that we need to remember. Then once you formulated or once you converted the given problem to a standard format like this, now we need to write down this last statement. What are the variables that we have considered means x1, x2, s1, s2, a1, a2, all of them are greater than or equal to 0. Then how long we need to proceed this particular problem means, or what are the things that you need to consider means, similar to the previous problems in the simplex method, here also we need to construct the table. So in the table, for example, I will show below, this is the table that we need to construct. In this table, so what are the things that we need to consideration in this particular table means, so the things are, so here, so how many columns will going to come means, the column depends upon, the first thing is how many variables we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minimum 6 columns has to be there, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then followed by the RHS, and on the left hand side we have the initial cost functions, and another left hand side we are going to have basic variables. And how to choose these basic variables means, depending upon the each STC equation we need to get the basic coefficients or the basic variables. So in the STC, first STC equation we have slack variables, and the second STC equation we have surplus and artificial variable. In the third STC equation we have artificial variables. So one thing you need to remember, in the Big M method we need to consider the variables such as slack and artificial variables when you are writing here. Don't consider surplus variables here, consider only slack and artificial variables in the STC equation, because they will going to yield unit matrix at the later stages. So consider only the slack and artificial variables. The first equation having the coefficients 1, 2, 1 and rest of them as zeros, 1, 2, 1 rest of them as zeros, and the RHS is 4, and the second will have 4, 3, 0, minus 1, 1, 0 followed by 6. Just we are writing their coefficients values here. And then A2 means here 3, 1, rest of them this is that at the end A2 for that it will be 1 and the RHS values is 3. So how to get this CV naught means we need to look at the objective function. The objective function is for S1 the objective function is 0, for A1 minus M, for A2 1 more minus M, that should be written here, and at the top C naught once again it should be looked back to the objective function. What are there? Minus 2 minus 1, minus 2 minus 1, 0 0 0 0 followed by minus M, that's all. Then this is the one starting table. Likewise we need to consider, we need to do for the iteration process for the another 2 to 3 tables will going to come. When we need to stop means if you are observing here the basic variables, this has to be eliminated from the table. Our main intention is we need to eliminate these artificial variables. So in the successive iterations, if you are observing, you have successfully eliminated. If it is not possible to eliminate, if you have tried also, if you are not eliminating this one means the solution will be infeasible. Some problems may not have that particular case to eliminate straight away this artificial variables. In such cases it will be just an infeasible solution. And in some cases if the ratio becomes completely negative means we cannot do any further iterations, or if the Z equation is completely positive means we are going to stop it there itself. So how to arrive for the next table means first we need to go for the Z equation. How to get this Z equation? This will be in Z. How to get this Z means, so we need to make algebraic sum, that is this into this we need to multiply. There is CB naught into x1, this into this, this into this. So their algebraic sum means 0 minus 4m minus 3m means minus 7m. That should be subtracted with the top of the row, that is minus 7m minus of minus 2 means it will be plus 2, minus 7m plus 2. Similarly here 0 minus 3m minus m means minus 4m. When you subtract with the top of the row means it is going to become minus 4m plus 1. So if you do that particular iteration, you will going to get the Z equation at last here at the bottom of the first table we have shown. Now in this particular Z equation row we need to find highest negative value. How to think about the negative value means I already told M will always have highest value, peak value. If you assume that we have given M as lakh, 1 lakh or 1 crore means obviously when you are observing here the highest negative value is going to become this one. Then we need to encircle this particular portion. So then think about the ratio. Ratio is this particular portion. How to calculate this ratio means RHS are the constants divided by this particular column, that is 4 by 1, answer is going to become 4. 6 by 4, answer is going to become 1.5. 3 by 3, answer is going to become 1. When you compare the ratios of all the 3 elements, the lowest positive values we need to take. The lowest positive value is out of these 3 is 4, 1.5, 1 means the lowest value is 1, that is the third row. We need to encircle that particular box. The row and the column have been intersected at this particular portion. So this is now become our key element. In the next table, this is our next table. What we are going to do it means first we need to replace our A2 by this x1 because of the key element position. So that A2 will now replace it by x1 first, and it will have their value as minus 2. That value is going to be written here. Then next successive table, how we are going to write means divide the remaining parts of that particular row by the key element. The remaining parts are 3, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 3. That all of them should be divided by 3. 3 by 3 means 1, 1 by 3, 0, 0, 0, 1 by 3. 3 divided by 3 means once again 1. So we have obtained x1. How to obtain a1 or s1 means, so since this is the thing that the column that has been replaced by a2 by x1, so instead of a2 we have written x1, this has become 1 means it will going to obviously form an identity matrix. If it is 1 means the top of the column elements will going to become zeros, 0 and 0. Straight away write down it as 0 and 0. Then how to write these remaining values, this up to these remaining values. So this A1 will going to have value minus m, that has been written here. S1 will going to have value as 0, that has been written here. The remaining this particular portion, how to write means, first this is already written as 0 0. So we are going to look after only up to this particular portion. Now how to arrive this means, this particular portion means A1 means this particular portion. This 3 we need to multiply by this 3. We need to keep on multiply with respect to the, first we need to keep on multiply with respect to the key element position. So 3 into 3 means 9, minus 4 into 1, cross multiply, minus 4 into 1 means 4, 9 minus 4 means 5, 5 divided by the key element means 5 by 3. So we have arrived this one. Then once again for this particular portion, 0 into this means 0, 0 into this means 0, cross multiplication, then divided by 3 means obviously it will going to become 0. This will going to become minus 3, this will going to become 0, divided by 3 means it will going to become minus 1 only. Then 3, this will going to become 0, 3 minus 0 means 3, 3 divided by 3 means it will going to become 1. So this is 0, minus 4, this is 3 minus 4 by 3. This is going to become 18, 12 means 6, divided by 3 means it is going to become 2. So once again we will go for the top of the row, that is this particular portion. Now we need to take 3 into 2 means 6, 6 minus 1 means 5, 5 by 3. So we need to divide by the key element. Then 3 into 1 means 3, this is going to become 0, by 3 means it will going to become 1. 0, 0 divided by 3 means 0, 0, 0 divided by 3 means 0, 0, minus 1, it will going to become minus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 3 that have been written here. 12, minus 3 means 9, 9 by 3 means 3. So once you have obtained this particular portion up to here, then once again you need to calculate the z equation. How to calculate z means CB naught into x, CB naught into x. There after that we need to make algebraic sum. This will going to become 0, 0, this will going to become obviously minus 2. That minus of C naught means it will going to become 0. Here it will be 0, here it will be minus 5m by 3, minus 2 by 3 that we need to add. Then we need to subtract with respect to minus 1. We will going to get ultimately this particular answer. So once you obtain this particular z equation, I told earlier how to select, how to judge for the highest negative value means put the m value as maximum as possible. When you put m value as maximum as possible, the highest negative value is going to come for this particular column. So hence choose this one. Then observe for the ratio. So constant divided or the RHS divided by this particular column. 3 divided by 5 by 3 will going to become, so 9 by 5, this will going to become 9 by 5, and this will be 2 divided by 5 by 3 means obviously it is going to become 6 by 5. So 1 divided by 1 by 3 means it is going to become 3. So when you compare this answer, this second row will going to become the least positive value. So select that particular portion and the process now get repeated. Now instead of A1 we will going to write first x2. x2 will have quotient minus 1. Then how to write this remaining values means divide the entire equation by 5 by 3. 0 by 5 by 3 means 0, 5 by 3 by 5 by 3 means 1, 0 by 5 by 3 means 0, minus 1 by 5 by 3 means minus 3 by 5, 1 divided by 5 by 3 means 3 by 5. So minus 4 by 3 by 5 by 3 means it is going to become minus 4 by 5. So up to here we need to divide that entire equation by 5 by 3. So we are going to get the x2. Then the x1 will going to obviously it will have minus 2, and s1 will going to obviously have 0 that has been written. The remaining the top row and the last row. So how to write means this is already an identity matrix means keep this one as identity matrix. So this has been converted for 1 means obviously its upper and lower elements are going to become identity matrix 0 zeros. So followed by the remaining elements. So for this particular portion means 1 into key element. So the row and the column wherever it intersect, that will going to become the key element. 1 into 5 by 3 means obviously 5 by 3. So cross multiply means 0 into 5 by 3 means it will be 0. 5 by 3 minus 0 means 5 by 3 divided by key element 5 by 3 means it will going to become 1 only. So likewise we need to calculate, we are going to get this answer. At the end we need to find once again z equation. So if you observe here, there is no artificial variables have been now retained, and all these z equations, if you are observing, containing the values as positive. If you put m values as highest as high possible, then if you subtract something here, 1 lakh minus 1 by 5 means it will obviously going to become positive. Z equation is also going to become positive, and there is no artificial variables means we are going to stop it here itself. And we are going to observe the corresponding values. X2 will going to become 6 by 5 and X1 will going to become 3 by 5. So that has been written here. X2 6 by 5, X1 3 by 5. That will going to be put in the initially starting given question. The question is minimization z equals 2x1 plus x2. X1 value and x2 value will going to be substituted there to get the final answer z as 12 by 5. So this is the particular procedure. I hope you already understood. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment box.